Hey friends, welcome back. Hope you've been watching our videos for the last few days. This might be my number one thing that got me the most listings. It definitely was one of my favorite things to do, and I think yielded the biggest results. Why? Because what it does is it reverses the risk. People are trapped. They feel, maybe they're interviewing three agents. They read the thing and I'm supposed to interview three agents and everything like that. And they actually interview the three agents. Well, who do I pick? This gal sounded so good. This guy, something like that. And so what we would go in with is something called a seller's guarantee, a seller's cancellation guarantee. And I know some of you are like freaking out about that. You're just like, I can't believe, I do all this work, and Tim, and I have my own agent. I'm a broker, and I have my agents question me about this all the time. And they say, look, I've spent money on this, I spent money on this, this and that, and this and that. And really what it boils down to, we'll break it down, but do you really want to how do I say this? Do you really want to force somebody to do business with you who hates your guts, right? They're mad at you for some reason. It's just not working out. This is the one where, you put the yard sign in, the yard sign company put it in the lawn, broke the sprinkler system. You accidentally let the cat out. The keys got stolen out of the lockbox. Just all kinds of, and they're just like, look, we just don't want you anymore. Just like, go away. And you're going to say, no, I'm actually going to force you to stay and work with me. So this alleviates all that. And I know some of you guys, and how you run your business is how you run your business. So I never did this. I always put a cancellation fee of $0. So if you want to cancel, $0. There's no $4.95 cancellation fee, no nothing like that. And let me tell you, this got me so many listings because there were people who were just sitting on the fence and they're just like, we don't know what to do. Well, let us think about it. And I said, well, hey, look, why don't we just sign the papers right now? The first thing you're going to sign is how you fire me. Okay, so that's the first thing here on this sheet of paper. This is how you fire me. And then now you pull out the listing agreement. This is how you hire me. I'll tell you what, we'll sign the papers. I'll take them back. If tomorrow, we're not going to, we'll schedule a photographer for next week anyway and everything like that. But if you decide this is just, the worst mistake of our lives, then you just let me know, cancel it, no problem. Now, I will tell you, I did have a situation where a lady got an offer on a house, and this was an older lady, and I go to church with her children, and she said, yeah, I'd like to cancel. And I said, well, why? We just got, a fantastic offer. You got like a 5-bedroom house. Your husband's passed away. You said you're finally ready to move on, everything like that. It just didn't seem right. And I called the daughter. She says, look, my mom does some weird things, not always incredibly, ethical maybe. But I really, Tim, I don't want to get involved in it, and I don't want it to come in front of our relationship and everything like that. I don't want things to be weird when we pass you on Sundays. So I said, okay, well, I'll take her at her word. So I let her cancel. Sure enough, 2-3 days later, she went ahead, she listed with that agent who sent the offer, and then he turned in the offer, and so he double-sided it and probably saved her some commission. I don't know, there's some kind of deal. So I did write in something. You can cancel us. You can fire us at any time. We'll come. We'll get our yard signs. We'll get our photos. We'll get everything out up until the time you get your first offer. So, and the way I explain this is just very simply. I just say, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, This just gives you the right to fire us anytime, and I pretend like I'm kind of reading it while I'm talking to him. This gives you the right to basically fire us at any time, no questions asked, up until the time you get an offer, right? So you can't say, oh yeah, this offer looks great, Tim. Okay, yeah, you're fired. Ha ha ha. So they laugh about it. Okay, so they understand. They're not trying to rip you off. You're not trying to rip them off. You're just trying to find a fair agreement, right? The win-win, as they all call it. We all got to go for the win-win. And I think that's just great karma, that you can do this. Now, the other thing I would say is, people would ask me, hey, would you get, would this happen to you? Okay. So I was listing probably about, let's just say, 100 to 200 homes a year. I think my peak was 200 homes a year. It was just me, my wife, and one assistant, but we were grinders, right? And I know how to generate leads, seller leads, and everything like that. And every seller had to contact us first. No cold calling, all that. That'll be a topic for a future video. Another good reason that you want to subscribe. If you're not getting exclusive leads and you're making cold calls or door knocking or anything like that, no. You got to have a system that automatically nurtures these people until they're ready to contact you. So then when they were ready to contact me, they'd contact me, I'd schedule a time, go out to the house, and I'd go through all this. So Tim, did you ever have anybody cancel? So I would have maybe about 2 per year cancel. So let's just say, not on a 200 listing year, let's just say on a 100 listing year. On 100 listings, 2 cancel, that's 2%. Okay, that's fine. Again, do you want to handcuff these people and say, no, you got to continue to work with me? And I'll tell you one, well, it's a sad story. There was an older lady, and she actually trusted the realtor in the building. Wasn't working out, and she called him to cancel, and he said, no. I said, ma'am, I said, real estate agents just don't do that. I said, just call his broker. I said, nobody wants that type of reputation. And, you're a senior, you deserve a little bit of a break here, everything like that. So, just call the broker. Call the broker. And this is a brokerage you guys have heard of, like one of the top 5, let's just say, so you can't figure out who it is. Called him, said, nope, says right here, you're under contract with us until, December 31st. So you're staying with us until December 31st. And she said, fine, no more showings at my house. I don't want to do any showings. Or maybe she raised the price $50,000 to make sure she'd have no showings. I don't remember. It happened a long time ago. But you do not want to be in that position. I mean, how do you sleep at night? How do you live with yourself? And one last thing I would just say is, so I'd have 2 people leave per year maybe. I was not sorry to see those go. Those were the ones who made me come back and reshoot the photo of the bathroom because the sponge was in there. And you got to reshoot the photo of the living room because that's why the house isn't selling. It's not that it's $50,000 overpriced. It's not that it's filthy. It's not that it's got broken glass. It's a picture of the living room, right? So, okay. So they canceled. And between you and me, I'll be honest with you, there was one guy who was just driving me crazy. I said, you remember the first document you signed with me? He's like, no. I said, it was a cancellation guarantee. It means you can fire me anytime you want. So if it's ever not good for you, you can fire me, no questions asked. He said, okay, well, then you're fired. So I wrote out a cancellation. I actually sent him a $25 gift certificate from Outback and said, hey, sorry it didn't work out. Wish you all the best. Here's even a stamped self-addressed return envelope. You can, you just sign this and send it back to me. He signed it, sent it back to me. No thank you, no nothing, no anything like that. Aren't you glad? I mean, aren't you glad you don't have people like that in your lives? Don't you want people like that out of your lives? Live from a position of plenty. Live from a position of plenty. for the 2 deals it cost me per year, quote unquote cost me, because they probably weren't going to sell anyway. That's part of their frustration, or, but let's just say they were going to sell. For the 2 that it might have cost me, I guarantee as a minimum, it got me another 25 more. So it was a 12-to-1 ratio in terms of using this. And I actually think it was probably a 50-to-1 ratio because everybody loved this seller's guarantee. So my friends, I hope you loved this video. Told a few personal stories there, which is always fun because I'm getting to know you, you're getting to know me. So I'll see you back again. Go ahead and subscribe. I don't do the notification thing because I don't want things like popping up on my phone, but subscriptions are welcome. Comments are welcome. I answer all of those personally. It's not a bot. It's not an assistant, anything like that. So they're always welcome. So until tomorrow, take care. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.